Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Tel Aviv. Coming up in today's show, a deadly terrorist attack shakes Beersheba. Thousands of protesters rally for Israel around the world, and some Israeli sailors become heroes. I'm Natasha Kirchak here with the latest news in Israel. A deadly attack in Beersheba left 2 Israelis dead and 10 wounded last night. The assailant was identified as Mohammed al-Oqsbi, a Bedouin citizen of Israel. Al-Oqsbi opened fire in Beersheba's central bus station, and he managed to kill a 19-year-old Israeli soldier. He then wounded 10 Israelis before being shot down by security. This attack marks one of the most serious incidents in the recent wave of terrorism in Israel. Israelis are becoming increasingly more fearful of going outside.
אנחנו צריכים לחיות בעולם שכאילו אני צריכה לפחד לצאת מהבית ללימודים שלי למכללה, לצאת לעבודה, לצאת, לא יודעת, לקניות, כל דבר היה מפחיד, ואני רוצה גם שכאילו גם המשטרה עצמה כאילו תיקח יד בזה וישימו יותר הבטחה.
Another innocent life was sadly lost during the Beersheba attack, and this time out of pure confusion. An Israeli guard accidentally shot an innocent Eritrean asylum seeker. He was trying to shoot down terrorist Mohammed al-Oqsbi, but in the confusion, bystanders mistook the Eritrean man for a terrorist and further attacked him. The asylum seeker later died of his injuries. His death comes on the heels of massive protests against racism in Israel. This summer, Ethiopian Israelis demonstrated against racism in the Israeli police force. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Netanyahu is saying no to barriers between Jewish and Arab areas of Jerusalem. Netanyahu has halted the erection of a 300-meter concrete barrier in East Jerusalem. The wall was supposed to combat recent terrorism, but several Israeli ministers criticized the construction, saying the temporary wall will further divide the unified city. In other news, thousands of people are rallying for Israel around the world. Pro-Israel supporters are taking to the streets in France, Spain, Italy, and New York City. Over 2,000 protesters show solidarity with Israel in Rome. And in Madrid, more than 300 people gathered to show their support for Israel. In New York, over 1,000 demonstrators bared the rainy weather to fight for peace in Israel. These worldwide rallies come after weeks of violence in Israel. Israel's ministerial committee has approved a bill banning boycotters from entering Israel. The initiative seeks to combat the boycott, divestments, and sanctions movement against Israel. Non-citizens of Israel who call for a boycott of the country will be refused visas and residency permits. Minister Yinon Magal is the leader of the initiative. He says it can't be that someone who is trying to harm the state of Israel can enter it freely. Facebook's office in Israel was vandalized amid outrage over violent content on its pages. An Israeli law group is suing Facebook for refusing to take down sites that promote Arab terrorism. The social media site contains pages authored by terrorists, providing a support network to attack Israel. But since Facebook has barely responded, Israeli political activists decided to paint graffiti on Tel Aviv's local Facebook office. One political activist, Rotem Gez, told press, "You can't write anything on Facebook's website wall, so we transferred the protest to the company's physical wall." A new Israeli medical technology could save the lives of people receiving bodily implants. Modern medicine has made it easy for doctors to replace almost any body part with implants, but implants carry a high risk of infection. An Israeli biotech startup has found a way to combat those infections. Nanolac has developed technology that kills bacteria inside an implant before they can invade the body. Nanolac's first product will be for the dental industry. An Israeli yacht crew made a tragic yet heroic discovery this weekend. The crew was sailing along the coast of Turkey when they heard the cries of an 11-year-old boy. They found a group of Syrian and Iraqi refugees clinging to a capsized dinghy.
What is your name?
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, you have come from Syria? Okay, where is your brother?
When the last time we saw him?
ניוטל, יש פה חוויה מהממת. אנחנו מצילים פליטים סורים ועיראקים שטבעו עם הסירה שלהם. אנחנו אוספים אותם אלינו לקטמרן. אדיר שמיר באמצע הפעולה. מחזה מדהים, יש להם תינוק בידיים שכבר מת. הסירה שלהם טבעה.
The Israelis pulled 11 refugees from the water, including a dead infant. The refugees were on their way to Greece when their boat capsized and sank. Over 200 migrants have died in the Aegean Sea this year. Celebrity James Franco celebrated his bar mitzvah last night, about 20 years late. But Franco's coming-of-age ceremony was for a special cause. Fellow star Seth Rogen and his wife Lauren threw the Jewish event to raise money for Alzheimer's. The Rogans set up the Hilarity for Charity event after Lauren's mother was diagnosed with the disease. The bar mitzvah charity show featured lots of celebrities and raised over $1 million. It's that time of year again. Fall's finally here, and we're all looking for some comfort food as the weather gets cooler. Check out this delicious fall recipe and try not to drool. Enjoy watching, and that's it for today's headlines.